Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm the founder of the Black Business School. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to thank you for deciding to come to our free webinar, which is basically a function of talking about what it means to be a Black expert. The official title is How to Build Your Brand and Business in a Way That Allows You to Escape the Corporate Plantation. But ultimately, it's about how to become an expert, how to brand yourself, how to become an influencer on social media, things like that. This is a gathering for Black folks who are educators, experts, entrepreneurs, etc., who want to be coaches, consultants, authors, speakers, things like that. I've given thousands of speeches. I've appeared in thousands of media outlets. I've written probably about a dozen books now, and I've sold probably about 100,000 books or something. I don't know. And the best part about it was that I never ever got any sort of book deal, radio show, none of that. I didn't get discovered by anybody. I discovered myself and put myself in front of the world and was able to kind of build something off of that that's generated quite a bit of money. I'm not going to tell all my business, but the money's good. But the point on all this is not to talk about the money, though. It goes deeper than the money. It's all about the freedom. The freedom is the part that you really enjoy the most. It's also about being respected and coming back to your community and being respected by the people that you know are going to love who you are and love you because of who you are, not despite who you are, right? Because a lot of times we get in that corporate plantation and we're kind of led to feel like we've got to be something other than what we really want to be. And I don't believe in that. That's not how I chose to live, and it's worked out very, very well. So that's why we're offering this training. So in this free three-part training, we're basically going to cover 3 days of really good information. So on Friday, I'm going to talk about how to find your voice, how to use social media. You guys see me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. And I can just kind of break down some of that for you in terms of how to find your voice, how to know who you are, how to connect with your audience, things like that. Saturday, Julian Gordon's a Stanford graduate. He's also the Dean of Entrepreneurship in the Black Business School. He's going to actually come in and talk about that next step, marketing. Sales funnels are a very important part of developing your audience and building your brand and making your revenue so you can keep going and stuff like that. He's an expert on this kind of thing, so he's going to come in on Saturday and talk about that. And then on Sunday, my brother, my homeboy, my first business partner, Lawrence Watkins, is going to come in, and he's going to talk about the monetization piece, how to turn your likes and your comments into leads and conversions and things like that. So basically, we're going to try to cover the whole gamut of all the things you want to know to sort of become that Black expert that you deserve to be. Many of you are here because you have a skill and you aren't quite sure how to distribute and how to monetize that skill. So ultimately, when you're done, you're going to know how to monetize your business model and how to basically set it up. Maybe you'll make millions, maybe you won't, but even if you don't make millions, at least you'll be free. And that's the goal. The goal is freedom. The goal is not becoming filthy, stinking rich or anything like that. Now, what do we believe in the Black Business School? In the Black Business School, we believe in what is called the Black Core of Three. The Black Core of Three means that we believe Black people can and should educate our own children, create our own jobs, and support Black businesses. So ultimately, this is a program that's designed for people that have a wealth of knowledge, things that you've been doing for many, many years that you're very, very good at. Many of us, because we were raised in our households to go and chase jobs, many of us were really, really good at going out and making money for other people. Like, for example, today I talked to a real estate agent that I interviewed on the Black Financial channel, and she talked about how much money she was making for the people that she worked for, and she wanted to make some of that money for herself. And also, it's for people who have a product or a service that is really, really good, and you just don't quite know how to get it out there, how to tell people about it, how to bring people in. We're really good at that. We're good at that, and as you know, we do it in a pretty radical way. I mean, I say what I want to say, exactly how it needs to be said. It's not always fit for mainstream TV and all that stuff, but it works, and we're able to reach our audience. We're able to make things work and make things function in an ethical and strong business model, and that's what you want. You don't want to go out here chasing money, doing anything for money. You want to do something that's ethical, something that's beneficial to your community, something that's beneficial to your family, and that's what we're here to train you on how to do. This is not for you if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. This didn't take me a couple of days to do. This took me a long time. I want to say I started doing this probably about 2004. Right. And so, I mean, this is years and years of grinding. The good thing about all those years of grinding, though, is that I now can look back and I can point out the shortcuts. I can now tell you how to climb the mountain without climbing it the way I climbed it, which was blind. You'll get to climb it with a guide. And if you climb the mountain with a guide, you can shorten that time tremendously by having people that can actually help you. It's not good for you if you're cheap and inconsistent. Consistency is the key. You also must be willing to invest in yourself. Also, it's not for you if you're not willing to do what it takes. If you want to get ahead in this game, you want to make things work, you got to be willing to do what it takes. If you don't, then, I don't know, there's not much I can do to help you. When I think back, I remember posted my first few videos back in maybe 2007, 2008, and I didn't have any audience. I didn't have anybody listening. Nobody was watching. Nobody cared. Everybody thought I was stupid. Everybody thought I was crazy. My own family didn't really seem to get it. It wasn't that they weren't trying to be unsupportive. It's just that they didn't understand. And then, years later, the Black Business School, I think we're climbing almost at 70,000 students, and we have a few 100,000 people on, email lists and text message lists and Facebook lists and all kinds of stuff. And so we've kind of figured out how to develop our own sort of audience, our own sort of platform, our own setup that's independent. And so basically the PowerPoint deck is pretty big. It's going to have about 85 slides. So it's going to be a pretty long and extensive conversation, extensive discussion. There are going to be some special bonuses for those of you who come out. Basically what I want you to do now is I want you to mark the date and the time in your calendar. I want you to get ready. I want you to bring your entire family. As you know, if you follow me for any amount of time, you know that if you hang with me for any amount of time, you're going to learn and you're going to grow and you're going to learn more than what you learned in college. I taught college students for 25 years. I know what you learned in college. I know that it costs a couple $100,000 to do that. We're here. We can teach you more for free than you learned by spending $200,000 at a university, because the world is changing and we are constantly in tune with how that world is evolving. So that's what Black Expert Empire is all about. And I want you to remember that knowledge isn't just power. Knowledge can also be used for freedom. Knowledge can also be used to provide for your family. Knowledge is something that it's okay to monetize as long as you're doing it ethically and as long as you're doing it efficiently. And that's pretty much what we're good at. So that's what we want to show you how to do, and we want to help you get there. So I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Take care. I look forward to seeing you guys in the webinar, and you have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.